Yeah, I was waiting for that. 3, 2.
My favorite thing is interrupting the intro now. Like, not while it's happening, but just when you take that deep exhale to speak.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of ERP. That's right, ERP. 3 little letters that tonight stands for Equal Rhinoceros Pay. Why? Have you ever looked at them? Like, if you're not paying them equally, you're going to pay. That's how that works. Picking up from last week, the Devil's Advocates heading northwest from the city of Swordbreak, a town that the DM had prepared lovingly that the party said, no. They hop onto the road, carrying their purple worm carapace to the capital city of Dragontail. Encountering along the way a fake wand salesman that Zane hit with the Wand of Wonder. Red caps that stole the purple worm carapace that Zane hit with the Wand of Wonder. And after a fairly relaxed and relatively for them uneventful travel, the Devil's Advocates now find themselves at the evening of their 3rd day of travel, entering this capital city of Dragontail. So, I've had the pleasure 4 times previously of providing you with your city map. And it always warms my cockles to do so. So, party, would you like the city map of the largest city in Dragontail Coast? Okay. And that's the stream, everybody. You're getting it anyway. So let me know when that loads.
Colorful.
Much more colorful, yes.
Holy fuck.
Nice.
We're definitely going to Ringham.
Everyone let me know once you have that map. Well, yes, it's the biggest city.
Are there gangs in this city?
There might be.
Oh,
Hey,
I've heard of the Host Row Saints.
hey,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
how much time do you spend preening and
Holy.
you know what? It's not going anywhere.
No, it's really not.
I was gonna make a Velvet Passage joke, but it kind of just got muddled.
Yeah, no, I put that down, loaded this up, and looked at that district and went, oh yeah, that one's going to be laughed at. Anywho, so Devil's Advocates, passing through what is known as a shanty town, a town that's not necessarily part of the city, but is built on its outer walls and on the portions leading in. You pass through and come to a magnificent gray wall. Not a wall necessarily meant for defense, though it could act as a barrier, more so as a wall acting as a partition. It stands approximately 25 to 30 feet tall, made of very fine gray brick. And you do see portions of it where the brick itself appears to be of a darker color. And looking at it, you get the impression that these bricks weren't cast, but instead were carved, each individually and placed. The gate itself has a large wrought iron portcullis that is raised, and you see 2 guards standing there as darkness falls on the city. Devil's Advocates, welcome to Dragontail. What would you like to do?
We should probably find somewhere to stay the night.
Sounds like a good idea.
Someplace where we can hide this giant purple piece of carapace.
Should we consider selling it or breaking it into smaller pieces for better travel?
Somebody wants to make a piece of armor out of it.
We won't have to go far. There's a place in the city.
Alright,
Maybe
we'll
one
deal with
more
that in the
day.
morning. For now, we should probably find a place to stay.
What, you think we could actually find a place, to stay in this quaint village? Oh my god, it's massive.
as you're rolling up, the guards kind of look at you pulling up and go, "Excuse me, travelers, hail, if you don't mind."
Yes.
Yes. Can't help but notice that you have quite the cargo on your cart there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with the town of Dragontail at all, or just passing through, perhaps looking to trade, or...
I'm familiar with it, and I'm familiar with a certain individual that can turn anything into everything.
All right then. Well, as I'm sure you're well aware, you won't be able to do that until morning. You will probably want to hide that somewhere.
That might be smart.
You said you're familiar with the city. Do you know where to go?
I've been on a rather long journey. I'm sure it will come back to me, but some directions for the meantime will be very appreciated.
All right. Well, you entered at a strange part of the city. You're coming into Host's Row currently, mainly a residential area of the city, though there is... he kind of thinks for a second. 3 taverns. Taverns or inns that would possibly be what you're looking for. There is smaller taverns, but something like that, you're definitely looking for something like a stable. If you head down this main strip here and you go about halfway, you'll see a large building with kind of a thatched roof that looks blue. If you turn right, you'll find a number of taverns. Bigger ones I'd suggest would probably be either you want the Catastrophe, the Stumble, or the Goblin.
All right. To put it in perspective, which one would you suggest? Being that we just came from a place where the matron of the establishment knew everything about everyone at all time.
Came from Swordbreak.
Yes.
Swordbreak has a bit of a personal touch there at the Hooded Hound. Don't think you're gonna get quite the same service here.
Oh, thank God.
So Goblin is where we're going, right? Yes?
Is it the best place to hide something of this size?
Can I be frank with you? What I'm going to say is going to sound incredibly racist. If I was to try to hide something, I would probably go to a goblin before I would go to a human.
Well, thank you for your information, Frank.
He looks down, he's like, "Oh, the name tag. Right. Yeah, just head down that main stretch. It'll be right at that blue thatched roof. You can't miss it. It's the green one."
Thank
Makes
you.
sense.
Farewell. And he kind of waves off and goes back to his post. And I take it you guys have chosen to go to the Goblin Inn?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can almost hear you all just like, yeah, we have to. All right.
We can't not.
You can't not.
not go there.
So you head through the city and let's see. Mo, you're familiar with this area. You spent most of your life here. Not necessarily this particular portion, but you know kind of the general aura of the city. Zane, you're probably the next most comfortable, followed by Laster, just due to where you grew up.
I read books.
Yes, you do.
I stab things.
Zaz, you're also used to cities, though this one is different. So you're not put off, but you've kind of got that feeling of, all right, something's not sitting right, but I'll deal with it. Quirin, what the fuck is going on? There's just people everywhere. It is staggering. You see people of every race you can think of every color. You see tieflings of yellow and blue. You see humans, some are shorter and a little bit more rotund. You see some that are tall and lanky. You see halflings, families, little halflings riding on their parents' shoulders. You see dwarves. You even see a couple Aarakocra fly above you. It's just a melting pot of every possible race you can think of. And even though the night has come, the city doesn't seem to be slowing down. You take your cart and you turn right at the very obvious blue thatched roof building that was pointed out, and you kind of look and notice that it is just simply a barber shop with large glass panel windows showing a number of patrons getting hot shaves, getting their hair cut, looking very professional and slightly expensive.
Haircut, anyone?
I need to go there right now.
Isn't it a little late?
I don't have any hair.
No, it's not. It's not about the hair. It's not about the hair. It's the. It makes you feel good. Your skin feels great.
My
Maybe
skin
another
doesn't feel
time.
great.
All right, we're coming back before we leave. Before
Does
this
Quirin
whole
shave his
city
own
burns. What?
I don't think Quirin grows hair.
Goliaths don't
Or
grow
is
hair.
that-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Only
just
the
don't have
females
hair.
do.
Yes.
The whole
Woo!
thing burns to the ground with us at the center for some reason, because that's always happened. We're going and getting a shave and a haircut. That's what's happening.
Sorry. As this conversation occurs, Alastair, still kind of trying to crink your neck to see the barber shop. Eventually, Quirin, you see a number of inns and taverns, kind of placed in amongst smaller temples and kind of small fruit stands and greengrocers and other apothecaries, etc., etc., etc. You see that perhaps the players here, that you have made the correct choice, as currently the three taverns in sight, the Catastrophe, the Stumble Inn, and the Goblin, all appear to have quite a crowd outside. And as you go, the crowd outside the Goblin, or the 3Gs, files in quietly. And as you look, you see the Catastrophe Tavern. It's group kind of forming into a line underneath the large plaque of a lion's ass above the door. That's a cat ass trophy.
That's quite clever. I like it.
I'm
No.
so glad you didn't pick that, because that would have been the session. That would have been the campaign.
Oh, if you start doing that to your trophies, I don't think I'm going to let it in the cart.
That's a whole different type of game hunting, Quirin. I do not partake in that.
What you do in the big city, I don't know. I don't want to know.
Quirin, let's just put it this way. Those type of people make me embarrassed to call myself a hunter. You know that person in the village that does something that everybody is embarrassed about? It's that.
Are you talking about like maybe when some sort of, dentist hunts wild game for trophies or something? Is that what you're talking about? Or...
He was that guy.
Okay,
was
moving
ran
on.
out of town.
Moving on off of that one. Wow. Well done. Well done. But now, thank you, Alastair, I have to put dentists in my world.
No.
Well, everyone has
Dentists
the
that
mages.
hunt. Anywho, pulling up to the Goblin. You all kind of look up and immediately get a sense of vertigo as you're looking at a 3-story inn, painted various shades of sickly green. You see like what could be considered a hunter green, anywhere to like a seafoam green, and everything in between, just different boards, as well as the bottom of the tavern itself. The lowest floor is the smallest floor, and it seems to almost be an ice cream cone shape going upwards. It's very strange. The windows look mismatched. None of them really seem to match. Some appear to open kind of like shutters. Some seem to pull up, kind of like what you'd expect in a regular house window.
It's a Weasley house.
It's very much a Weasley kind of house. It's just a haphazard, just sore thumb in this district. And looking in, The bar looks packed.
Is there like a sign or something for like the stable or?
You do see a goblin male. He's got like one of those what would you call it? A pencil mustache, kind of sitting there in a waistcoat. He's slipping a gold coin. Kind of looks at you, looking in, and goes, "Yeah, you're looking for something."
A place to keep our cart and a place to keep something valuable for a night.
Oh, well, parking. That's no problem. That's 2 silver for the night. Hiding things. Our rooms don't have personal safes. Could I offer you perhaps some personalized protection?
I'm sure. What would you think? 100 gold to cover everything? Whatever.
100 gold.
I elbow Alastair.
What?
Yeah, 100 gold. What do you need us to guard? I got 5 guys. They're just out back having some burgers and fries. But we'll.
Shut up!
I'll bring up. I'll bring up.
Are you proud, TM?
I am so proud of myself. I can bring them up here. What are you looking to have guarded? A necklace?
I lift up. I just like pull up the edge of like
Oh!
the bed of like one of the things I.
Yeah, you pull up. Yeah, the carapace.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The cart, rooms for all of us, 100 gold. Sounds about right?
I don't deal with the rooms, sir. I'm just kind of, what would you call it here? The valet. I just do the parking. Tell you what, though. Because you were expecting rooms and all that, don't want to put you down, but I do want to offer you the best service I can possibly offer. So, here's my counter offer. 80 gold pieces. I'll have someone with their eyes on it all night, but you gotta take it from me in the morning.
Done. Perfect.
Awesome. All right. And that's the 2 silver on top of that as well for parking, obviously.
Yeah. Excellent.
I'll just start counting out his.
No. I've got this.
Sure.
Well, if you've got all this extra money to throw around, go ahead.
Have you not noticed that I've tried to pay for everything for everybody for the last 3 weeks?
No.
Yeah, I knew you didn't notice.
All right. Personal issues aside, I'll just take that there. In the morning, if I'm not sitting right here, which kind of looks back in the bar, judging by the clientele is very unlikely, just kind of wake up whoever's sitting here and ask for Chard.
Chard, okay?
Chard. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Could I get a name just to put in the parking slip? Just a formality.
Devil's Advocates.
Devil's Advocates. You got a group name. It's cute. You a traveling band of bards or something, or
Sell swords.
sell swords? All right. Quick question. If you're sell swords, why don't you just guard it yourself? Silly question. You've got the gold to make me do it for you. Let me just get that right to the back for you. Pardon my insolence. And he just hops up on the cart and just, yeah! It just goes around back.
As he leaves, I'm just gonna end Goblin. Have a nice night. Just kind of.
He does the slow turn, kind of looks back at you and goes, all right, fair play, in Goblin.
I think he got the message.
Gesundheit.
Just for the record, when Mo speaks Goblin, it does actually sound like someone's kind of sneezing or hawking up a loogie. It's not a pleasant sounding language. It's a lot of like a lot of
it's a
guttural
combination of sounds that monsters make when you hit them in video games.
Yeah, more or less, yes. It's a very guttural language. So at this point, the door to the goblin is now open. And just to point out, for anyone writing down the name of this tavern, it is spelled Goblin. The first one is Gobblin apostrophe. The second one, goblin, is the word goblin. And the third one is Gobl apostrophe INN.
I love it.
It's the goblin, gobble in. So,
Almost said it right.
walk. Actually, in a bit of hilarious Toys R Us styling, the third G backwards.
Huh.
Yeah. So
when Alastair gave him the gold, Alastair paid
The
him
gold and silver,
for
yeah.
the gold and silver.
Yep.
Did he give us anything or tell us where to go? Or
he just told you to ask for Chard in the morning.
oh,
That's
okay,
pretty much
okay,
it.
so we still got to get room.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
All
let's go and get rooms and then a hefty round of ales.
All right. So you're heading into the inn?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Walking in, have you ever been to a bar on... I'm trying to think of the best way to word it. Have you ever been to like your local town bar on the Saturday of a long weekend when all the college kids have come home?
It feels like that you missed the school bus for some reason.
Kinda. It's just packed. You know what I mean? Just it's packed way too early. And you walk in and it's difficult to find a way, but you eventually do make your way to the bar, which is, strangely enough, kind of a strange dichotomy with how the outside looks, as the inside of this inn is absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of extraordinary woodwork around the banister of the bar. There's some nice pillars, each one engraved with a dragon in kind of a different pose. The tables themselves seem well kept. None of them seem rickety. All in all, apart from the smell of ale, this is a very, very nice place. And you walk up to the bar and you see 3 goblins running back and forth behind, quickly grabbing, pitchers of ale and grabbing some mugs. And, you see one of them rushing with a bucket to somebody on the other side, just busy as busy can be.
What's the overall like, is it a group of like mixed races, or like,
Yeah.
did we walk, or did we okay, so we didn't just walk into like a goblin bar.
No, this is... Go ahead and make a perception check for me, actually, Mo. First roll of the night. How will we do?
No.
4 and nat 1. You're so struck with the idea that you're home, that you're really not paying much attention to the clientele. All in all, you're not even really registering that this place is run by goblins.
Suppose I'll
Nice place.
slide up to the bar, trying to not push people over.
Okay.
Hello there. Hail and well met, my goblin chums.
Make a persuasion check.
It's gonna be bad. Oh my god, everything got changed.
Oh yeah, D&D Beyond, they reorganized everything. That's right.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Not
6.
much better.
6. They don't seem to notice you. They're just kind of going amongst, and there was a dull roar of the patrons here. It's quite loud in this bar right now.
I'm gonna put 2 gold down on the counter.
Okay, make a persuasion check with advantage.
I was thinking the same thing. Put gold on the bar, they'll see it and they'll come over.
So 14.
14. You see a goblin who's kind of rushing by, kind of looks at the gold, and his eyes don't leave it. He puts the tankard down, kind of like almost walks backward and goes, "Hey, what can I get for you, sir?"
Well, first of all, round of ales.
Round of ales? How many ales?
2 for me, 2 for Mo. I don't know. We'll go 10. That'll probably be all right.
10. Do you want a pitcher? It's 12.
Sure, that works.
All right, one pitcher.
And then we're going to need some rooms for the night.
Rooms for the night. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back with your pitcher, and let me get the ledger. And he kind of goes off into the back room there. Moment goes by. He comes back with a very fine glass pitcher. Think, in terms of size, think what you'd expect a pitcher from like one of our real life bars times 1.5.
Oh, nice.
It's quite a bit bigger, actually.
An
He kinda puts
aquarium
it
of your finest ale.
He puts it down.
It's
Go
what
ahead.
you expect them if Vikings had bars and service. What you'd expect
Yeah.
them. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they drink everything by gigantic amounts. The pictures are going to be a little bit bigger.
Exactly. So he kind of looks and goes, all right, so before we get to the rooms, just a quick question. You're thinking about getting rooms. Do you want to pay now, or do you want to open a tab?
You know what? We're not sure how long we're going to be staying here, so we'll open a tab.
Open a
And-
tab.
I'll throw another 10 gold on there just to cover things for now.
All right, well, we'll get to that in a second. So, you're looking for rooms. Right now, we're a little full up. We've got quite a bit of travel going in and out. Not entirely sure why. There's nothing really fancy coming up. Longest days in 2 weeks, that might be it. But, sorry, I'm on a tangent here. So, we have 18 private rooms. Those are single bed. Most of our doubles are taken up by traveling parties. However, if you're looking to stay for perhaps a bit of an extended period of time, we do have 4 long-term rentable suites. They've got their own fireplace. They've got beer storage in there. They've got a keg that we will refill. That is definitely a more expensive option, however.
How much?
Well, the room itself fits about 6 people, and you're looking at about 20 gold a night.
I'll just look at everybody else.
Zane shrugs.
Sounds nice.
Sure, let's go
Between
that.
all.
First time I've been in Dragontail, might as well spend it.
All right, so we're looking at the private room.
Yep.
Quirin, do you want your own personal room?
Duh.
Quirin is having a
Happy
panic attack.
yes.
All right, so we're gonna get one rentable, one suite here, and 1 private room.
Yes.
Now-
Okay, so the private room's 1 gold a night.
Sure.
All right, does that work?
Yep. Works for me.
Yeah.
All right. He kind of writes that down, kind of looks back and goes, "Clerks!" And just this other goblin comes up from the back and goes, "Yeah, what can I do for you? I need you to take these 5 gentlemen upstairs, put them in the bronze room, get them what they need." "All right, can do." He kind of rushes out from behind the bar and goes, "All right, come with me, please." He kind of heads across the room, pushing through everybody. He's actually kind of hard to see, but you can see where he is just based on the fact that the crowd is kind of parting like the Red Sea. You hear a couple people go, "Oh, ah!" And you see one guy drop to his knees, and you assume that he got elbowed square in the junk. And eventually, you look and you see this small goblin standing on a set of stairs you didn't notice before in the corner. He goes, "Well, come on, let's go."
I'll just follow on.
Yep.
All right, the rest of you are all following?
Yep.
All right. You head up the stairs. He goes, "Okay, so these are the private rooms. Who had the private room?"
The
Tall guy.
skishman.
Gotcha. He hands you a Quirin. He hands you a comically small key. But it's like it's attached to like. You ever gone to the bathroom at a gas station?
Yep. The stick.
That. Yeah, the stick. It's got the stick.
I got the
There you
key,
go.
immediately slammed the door, and all you hear is just furniture being fucking moved.
Just a quick note, Quirin, there is a bed, there's a side table, there's a desk and a chair. and that's it.
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
Even like the
The curtain rod.
No, I was gonna say like just like the vase of flowers. Just kind
Ching,
of,
ching, ching, ching. He kind of the goblin who you heard named Clerks kind of looks at the door and goes, "All right, that was strange. Next floor, please." And he kind of scurries away, heads up the stairs. are you guys doing? You're just standing in the hall.
Following. I'm just following.
All right, following. Whereas now you're on the third floor, the sound from underneath has significantly muted itself. You can still kind of hear it, but not as much. And you see that there is 5 rooms almost arranged in a semicircle kind of pattern. And you see a gold room, a silver room, a bronze room, etc., etc. They're just, the doors are of the color, and they've got a dragon-themed doorknob. And he leads you to the 4th one, which is a bronze one. He goes, all right, and this will be your private suite. And he opens the door.
Please don't be a hot tub. Please don't be
And
like
it's
a
a
heart-shaped
hot
jacuzzi.
It's a heart-shaped jacuzzi. Yeah, totally.
Yes.
We've got
I'm
the
not
mother
joking.
Suite.
You
Are you
actually walk in.
serious?
You walk in,
Yes.
and what you see is kind of almost like a hotel, kind of honeymoon suite, if it wasn't romance themed. So in the middle there is a large bubbling pool. Surrounding it is some couches. There is a balcony to the outside. Next to the balcony on one side of the wall, there is a small corner fireplace. And then you see that there is 2 separate rooms kind of off to the side with doors that can be shut. And there is a small area with what looks like could be a hearth for cooking.
Well, it looks like this is our home for a while.
All right. I'm going to leave you to it. Beer service is at approximately dusk every night, so you have missed it. I could talk with the guys downstairs, maybe to get you a little bit of a discount on your tab. And he points to you, Alastair, and you're still holding the pitcher.
Yep.
He goes, do you want me to get you some cups for that, or...
Yeah, probably.
do you want me to bring the cups up here? Or you guys just gonna drop your stuff and come back down, or what can I do for you?
I really want to immerse myself in the goings on of downstairs, so I think we'll go down.
All right. He kind of just disappears. You guys are left in the room alone.
This is really nice. You know
I'm
what?
just doing that thing where, you know when everybody gets at camp and everybody's like a bunch of crazy savages, everybody starts running at the beds? I'm just gonna find one.
Okay. There is 4 beds. Oh, is there a GIF?
No, I'm just
No.
chuckling.
Just imagining Mo just hot tailing it to the fucking bed to jump on it.
It's the
Okay. Yeah, Mo just kind of runs into the one room, and you just see him do like the full like spread arm face plant into the feather down bed.
accurate.
You know what? I'll pick a bed after. I'm going downstairs. Anybody joining me?
Sure.
Yeah.
I do that thing where I've lied. You know when you lie down and you're like so comfortable, but do I?
Yeah. The I'm lying in bed. It's like I have to pee, but I'm so comfortable. Yeah. The reluctant pull yourself. All right.
Get back up. Follow them.
All right. You guys head down to the 2nd floor. You pass by the door that holds Quirin.
Can I just, as we're going by, just knock on it and keep
Yep.
walking?
Quirin, you hear a knock at the door.
Mid shaking, trying to start a cigarette and can't get the lighter to work.
Oh, I've been there. All right. Yeah, just Mo. Do. Oh, that'll be funny. Meanwhile, oh sweet Jesus. What the fuck was that?
Wait, do the rooms have like a peephole or something?
No. These
Okay.
are, and it's important to note, Quirin, there's not even a window in this room.
Fucking good.
You get the idea that this room is very much a case of, and from your travels and from inns you've been in, even though this is a fairly nice inn, 1 gold a night, not cheap. And you've paid less for more. You kind of get the idea, doing the mental math in your head, that these private rooms are meant for the people who get a little too deep in their cup and go, I need to get a place to sleep tonight. and they're hosed, more or less.
Mm.
So you make your way downstairs, and you see just a rambunctious tavern. Just every race you can think of. Everyone's drinking, laughing. It seems to be a pretty jolly sight.
Are there any empty tables?
Make a perception check for me, please. Or investigation. I'll let you choose.
I guess investigation.
All
Choice
right.
different. 20.
A 20. You do notice it's not an empty table yet, but you do notice a number of people reaching behind their chairs and pulling on their overcoats and kind of pushing their empty cups off to the side as if they're about to leave.
I just gestured to everybody and like kind of, like do that restaurant thing where you just kind of one group leaves, another group enters.
Just slide right in. Yep, and you're able to do so without much difficulty. You're able to with a 20, you're able to spot that pretty quick, and you sit yourselves down. And Alastair, you still have just the pitcher.
All right. Well, I suppose I'll go get some glassware and I'll be back.
All right. I'll ask. You actually, you set the pitcher down. You go to stand up, and there's actually a small goblin woman standing there with a kind of a wooden. I don't want to call it a basket, but like a wooden busboy container, tub. I guess you could call it a tub. And she kind of goes, "Oh wow, you're really tall. Can I get you something?"
Yes, I need some glassware for our pitcher here.
All right, 4?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She just kind of rakes the old stuff in. She goes, "I'll be right back." As goblins seem to walk when I'm narrating. Alastair, you sit yourself back down and you kind of sit there for a moment looking around, and eventually you hear tung 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 tung. And she goes, "All right, 4 cups. Anything else?"
How do we call you over if we need you? Is there like a thing you want us to do? Or?
You can usually try and get my attention. Wave me down, I guess. Yell Bex.
Bex. All right.
Alastair's doing that thing where he's not quite sure how to ask the question, and I'm gonna switch right into Goblin and just ask for a meal.
Oh,
I know what's up.
Yeah, she looks back at you and she kind of squints for a second, looks you up and down, and responds in Goblin. "Kitchen's closed at this moment. Interesting you speak Goblin."
Again in Goblin, I've had an interesting life. Is there any food left?
Again, she's still squinting. She goes, "I'll see what I can do," and takes off.
The perks of speaking a foreign, or not foreign, but a different language.
Exotic language.
Yeah, exotic language.
So you 4 have your cups, you have your pitcher, you're in a busy bar. Quirin, you're having a crisis.
Panic smoke.
Yeah. You're wondering where your life went wrong. Devil's advocates who aren't stricken by fear, what would you like to do?
If only Zane had message, or one of us had message. Just bother Quirin.
At this point, you'd hear a lot of gibberish and half screaming.
All right, you guys are at the bar. What are you doing?
Zane's kind of tired. He's rubbing his eyes, but he takes a drink anyway.
All right,
What's Zaz doing right now?
that's a good question.
Zaz is drinking from his cup and then kind of looking into the cup and reminiscing on when that cup could have been filled with eggs.
Eggs. I was waiting.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
It's not the same.
Zaz, you do know that you could probably ask them to put eggs in a cup for you.
Yeah, but it's different now. Now it's weird. Before I could just
the
think
last
of it.
can mind read.
I can ask her when she comes back.
I saw the look on his face. It's fine. That floating amorphous voice in my head. You know what? I really enjoy this. I enjoy being around people, and I love everything about this. Is there any sort of music playing? Is there like a bird trio or something?
Not, you don't see one, but you do hear some like ragtime piano.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like like not what you're hearing right now through Groovy. But no, you do hear some it's very quiet underneath the dull roar.
Well, who wants to have a drink? Who wants to drink a lot? Who wants to
Already
get messed
drinking.
up?
I've got. Never mind.
What, do you have work in the morning?
No.
Don't we work every morning?
Well, yeah,
We're
but this is
always
different.
working.
I'm working right now.
Thank you for your service, you essential worker, you.
I'm
Topical.
Essential.
Actually, Alazar, as you say, do you want to drink a lot? The Goblin Bex comes back and she has a plate, and it looks like she has. Have you guys ever cooked a turkey and you just kind of put the remnants in the fridge and the fat and the drippings have kind of
Coagulated.
coagulated around it? She puts out a plate of that's sliced and some bread and some cheese, and she kind of squints at you for it and says, "That's all we got right now. I'm watching you."
I point,
Always
I point at
watching.
myself.
Always watching. Wazowski. Yeah. And
I just point at myself and shrug.
Yeah.
Start eating.
Alastair, you feel a very firm grip on your shoulder.
Like gorilla grip?
Gorilla Grip, brought to you by Dragontail.
Gorilla grip, brought to you by Dragontail peppercorns.
Oh God. Yeah, I'll turn around and
What you see is a male dwarf, kind of pockmarked skin, long red hair and a bushy red beard. He's kind of staggering. He goes, "Aren't you a shining bright cunt, aren't you?"
thank you. I mean, sword no need thought, right?
Aye. Couldn't help hearing over there. I'm at the table behind you. You said you want to drink a lot.
Yup. Yes, I do.
Well, me and my friends here, we seem to be kind of renowned for renowned for drinking quite a bit. And I look at you four, and you're big, scary looking bastards. Even the skinny one over there. Looking at you, Zane. I'm just curious, if you'd like to put down a wager on who could drink the most.
Sounds interesting.
Now, what kind of wages are we talking about?
Well, usual Dragontail drinking rules.
Which are?
Do I know what he's talking about?
Make a history check. I think that's the best thing that suits this.
22.
Yeah, you do. So the dwarf to you, Alastair, recounts what Mo already knows, explaining that typically in a drinking competition at a bar, each team or competitor sits across from each other one by one and continues to drink until one of them passes out. each time placing a bet and either calling the other person's bet or bowing out. Kind of like poker, but with beer. The team with the most people left standing at the end wins glory, as the money's already been passed. He goes, hey, so what do you say?
Sounds.
What's a standard bet?
He kind of grumbles and he goes, I don't know. It all depends on how much you're willing to bet.
Zane's pretending not to hear any of this.
Sure, I could spare 40 gold.
Well, hey, all right.
I mean, not per round, but that's kind of what I've... You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it.
All right, so I got one. How many are going to be on your team? There's 4 of you. I got 5 people here, so I can...
All right, I'll drink twice.
I'll go a couple rounds.
All right, so you're all in then.
Zane shakes his head, puts his hand out. No,
if
thanks.
you don't join us, I'm going to be very, very, very upset. Maybe not upset. Maybe like disappointed.
Zaz, care for some fun?
I'm out.
Yeah, no way.
All right.
All right, so we got 5. You got 2. How do you want to do this?
You just deliver the.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I fucking did.
Yeah, all right. I will stand up and clear my throat. I'm looking for 3 people to join me on a quest of drinking these assholes under the table. 10 gold apiece if you think you can beat them.
Make a persuasion check.
I realize I made my last persuasion check with my perception dealio.
Ah, well, that would be incorrect.
23.
23. There's a pause. It's a very kind of, I guess the term's a pregnant pause. Eventually, you kind of hear, "Fuck your shiny."
My my cloak billows slightly.
Holy fuck! And eventually, a dwarf kind of walks up and goes, "Aye, I'll partake."
All right, I need 2 more.
You kind of feel something tug at your billowing cape, and you look down, and there's this tiny male gnome with big round spectacles, like magnifying his eyes. He goes, yes, I would like to partake in the drinking competition, please.
You're the anchor. 1 more.
There's a pause. No answer.
Zane, Zaz, come on. There's a gnome and a dwarf gonna help us. It's gonna be great.
Zane's looking at Zaz. He's got both elbows on the table, but he's got one arm, and he's trying to hide from Alastair. He's scratching his head, just looking at Zaz, just like, don't do this.
Come on. Come on.
I'll get them to put
Zaz.
eggs in a cup
mischief.
for you.
Yes, because I want to drink and eat eggs.
All
Yeah, right.
all the
I think
eggs you can
everyone
have.
in this chat room just went. "Ugh."
Why does
Zaz.
someone just on their team just not participate? Why not just be 4-on-4?
Hey, that is an option because 5 minus 1 is 4, and I'm good at quick math.
Quick maths.
So 4 against 4 it is then.
4 against 4. Almost on cue, you feel, Mo, you feel a very furry paw on your shoulder. Kind of lean in and go, if you give me half the pot, I can make sure that we win the whole thing.
Can I kind of side look at who's?
Yeah, you see a rather tall tabaxi, leopard print, just kind of side-eyeing you and goes, You get me half the pot, we win.
Is he whispering this, or is he...
Yes, just to you.
Sure.
All right. I would like to partake as well. My name is Haru. I'm not from here. I'm not overly familiar with your drinking rules, but we will see what we can do. And the dwarf kind of looks and goes, all right. I hope you guys don't mind, but I'd like just a wee bit of insurance. Is it all right?
Like, how much are we talking?
Oh, no, not money. Barkeep, can you bring out the drinking totem? And Goblin kind of, all right. And kind of scurries out, and he puts down on the table this maybe about, I'd say maybe 10-inch tall, very sturdy-looking wooden totem, shining, pulsing blue and red. He goes, not sure. You said you're not from here. Oh, excuse me. So, this totem here, it stops all magic within a 10-foot radius. Just person on person. Just want to make sure I'm not, taking for a spin.
I don't really mind. I wasn't planning on using magic anyway.
All right, that's good. It's good. Just in case you have something about you that makes it so people can drink more or something. Anywho.
Can I feel the... Would that nullify the belts of poison resistance?
Yep.
Okay.
What about auras?
Yep.
Okay, alrighty.
I've got a hefty con. I'm good.
Goes, all right, you four, over here. We're gonna drink these ones under the table. So, who's first? The dwarf and the gnome in the tabaxi are kind of looking at you two. The gnome goes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, sure.
All right, after you. Yes, please. And Alas, you step up to the table, and in front of you is a tiny female gnome, just wide-eyed, hair's kind of in a top bun, and she looks at you and she goes, "Didn't know they stack shit that high."
It's pretty shiny shit, right?
She just kind of looks at you. She's like, "What? No, what? I'm calling you."
I'm just here for the fun. The shit talking, it's whatever. Like, you
Yes.
know what?
What?
You seem like you're going to be a hard one to beat. You look very formidable.
Fuck you.
Excellent.
Don't be condescending.
I'm not. That's why I made the anchor the other gnome.
She kind of peers around. She goes, "Well, holy fuck! There's another drinking fucking. You ready to drink?"
I went, yeah, let's have a good time.
All right. She puts down 10 gold.
Okay, I'll do the same.
All right. So this is Constitution saving throws against each other.
Alrighty.
So make a con save.
Now, okay. Now I'm interested because I have +4 on saves, but that's an aura of protection.
Nope.
Okay.
Just the numbers.
Or, I mean, the +7. So,
Yeah.
I guess that would be this. 21.
21. She rolled a 19. You finish yours just a little quicker than her, and she gets through it. She kind of goes cross-eyed for a second. She goes, "I'm good." Face down on the table. And at this point, you can kind of see the dwarf go, "Oh, shit." And looks over at the dwarf, at the goblins, goes, "What did you bring us?" "Oh, well, we brought you the strong stuff." "Oh, fuck you. All right. So that's one. You got 20 gold.
Okay.
Who's next?
I'll go up.
All right. You're put up against the D&D equivalent of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Like, zoinks.
Yeah, he's like, "All right, so I'm just allowed to drink now. So go easy on me, man."
25.
natural 1.
I'm
He pounds. He
so
gets that-
glad this character got a natural one.
I
Mo
clear it
just
before he picks it
clears
up.
it. Yeah, you just clear it. You put the empty mug upside down, and you look, and other buddy, as you clear it, other buddy's just like on the table with like the mug pouring into his mouth. Oh. He goes, this is why I don't bring my nephew out drinking. All right, who's third? And the tabaxi steps forward and goes, allow me. He goes, all right, Drath. And a male goblin steps up. They both take their drink. Drath rolls a 19, and the tabaxi, tabaxi rolls a 21. It's a hard one. Do you see the tabaxi kind of wobble a little bit, and him and the goblin are looking at each other, kind of trying to figure it out. Tabaxi looks down at his mug, puts it down, and just smacks the goblin across the face, and the goblin just falls over.
Whoa.
The tabaxi looks and goes, they said no magic. He goes, I did say no magic. I suppose that's a legal move. I'm gonna have to maybe look at this little book. Anywho, who would be next? And you see a female dwarf step up, as well as the male dwarf from earlier, and they both roll 13s. So at this point, they both just kind of drink, and they're looking at each other, and there's no budging. And then they just start fucking making out. They just like attack each other across the table and like roll to the floor. And it's just the whole entire bar is just like, oh, and it's
Good for them.
it's a little too much on the floor there. Eventually, it's like, all right, I guess I'm the anchor. Who do you have as yours? And Alastair, you look back and you see this little gnome. He goes, excuse me, yes, that would be me. That'd be myself there. Hello, my name is Dex, and I will be drinking against you today. Shut the fuck up. All right, we will be participating in the drinking games. I have done a lot of reading on the best way to just drink. And they take their drink. And that's a natural 20 from Dex and a 4 from Edgar.
I knew it was going to be great.
Oh my god. And you see this little gnome just like wrap his mouth around the entirety of the mug.
Oh, hot.
Like just and just turns his head back, and the beer's just gone. Like just it's just the whole bar's like, oh, and Edgar's just there like, I'm gonna fall down. And there's a pause, and the whole crowd's just like, yeah, and there's applause and all that. And Mo and Alastair, you look back, and you just see Zane and Zaz both just sitting there, hands on their head, just shaking it. Barkeep comes around and goes, all right, everyone calm down. Back to your regularly scheduled drinking and debauchery. Thank you. Disperse, please. All right, thank you. They head back. So you guys in total, you counted going across the table approximately 50 gold pieces. However, when you come back to count it, there's only about 22 gold pieces. And that tabaxi, nowhere to be found.
Oh, he didn't get, I still
Don't
owe
worry
him-
about him. Don't worry about him.
No, I owe him 10 gold for joining, us. And,
I think he paid himself.
no, fair enough. It was best about
I'll
that. We didn't pay for it. It was great.
I turn back and sit down beside Zaz.
And so we wait,
Alright.
what, 5-10 minutes to do it again? Keep doing it until we die or something?
There's silence at the table.
No? Just me? Am I the only person who gets excited by big cities and large bars?
Pretty well.
Zaz, you want some eggs?
No. No, I think I'm okay.
They've
Zaz,
lost their
what
luster.
What turns your crank? What gets you going? What gets you excited?
Probably nothing available here.
It's a big city, Zaz. Very
Like-
interesting.
Like, give me something to look out for. Like, I'm excited to get a shave because that's going to be excellent. And bars and women and How about you? Is there anything else specific you're looking for in the big city?
Nothing comes to mind, but if anything comes up, I'll let you know.
Zane?
I
If
could
I'm-
go for a haircut.
Yes. Makeover.
Quite like the situation I'm in right now. Mo just kind of pulls up a part of his hair and just kind of looks and goes, ain't broke, don't fix it.
Do you need like a hair tie or something? You want to put it in a bun, maybe something different to celebrate?
Some people grow their hair, Alastair. Not everybody has to walk around shaving their head every morning.
I mean, we don't have to talk about Quirin. He's upstairs, presumably sleeping or something.
Meanwhile, Star swiped to Quirin, just crying in a corner.
Nope. Fully stoned starfish staring up at the roof.
Hold on, Quirin. Make an insight check.
Okay. Here, try to find it. Cat, stop fucking moving. I swear to God, I will punt you across the floor.
That cat doesn't exist. It is an ethereal cat in the room.
Good kitty. Good. No, stop. Nope. No, that's my face. 25.
That roof board with the funny looking knot, he's fucking lying to you.
Huh. I kind of wedge out the fucking, end table that I shoved at the door and try and get up to the roof.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Try and, pry off the board or something.
Okay, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Six. With a natural 1.
You spend the better part of the next 3 hours trying to pry this lying board off of the ceiling until eventually sleep takes you and you fucking pass out and promptly crush the table you were standing on with your fall.
Good.
Good. Back to downstairs. What are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna go upstairs.
All right.
It's late.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting pretty late at this
Zane
point.
kind of stretches and cracks his neck. He's like, I'm done.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna be the last person there and just try and be that last person at the party.
Who's drunk that I can take home? Who's drunk that I can take home?
Oh no.
Is it you? Is it you?
Are you looking for stragglers?
Yes.
He's that roommate.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Aha!
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
Don't.
Come on, something good. A 10.
Right smack dab in the middle.
That tiny gnome you drank against earlier is sitting at the bar with a glass of water, and she looks real pissed.
Like,
Like angry or haggard?
Yes.
hello, darling. How are you?
Fuck you.
Oh, come on, that's not very nice. What's wrong?
Made a fool out of me.
How? I said that you were going to be good at this. And you
And
were.
I was not.
Well, would you like to challenge again?
What's the point? No one's here. We're the last ones in the bar.
I suppose you're right. I don't know. How can I make it up to you?
She kind of squints and looks at you. What are you trying to do?
I'm not doing anything.
No. I'm not new to this. What are you trying to do?
Want to spend a night with the Golden Talon or no?
Fuck you, you disgusting bitch.
I'm gonna regret this. Make a persuasion check. With
Come
disadvantage for the shitty pickup line.
And the shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's become a bard.
He's gonna
I had the chance before.
7.
7. Fuck. She kind of looks and goes, what did you call yourself?
The Golden Talon.
Why do they call you that?
Look at the armor.
Because it's curved.
And retractable.
ERP!
ERP!
She goes, yeah, I get it, but have you done anything to warrant the name Golden Talon?
You know what? Yes, I have. I'm the Golden Talon of the Platinum Dragon. My name's Alastair Zafan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's Miriam.
Miriam, that's lovely. So, yes, no? Another drink?
He's a very busy man.
I've got lots of
I'll
things
take
to do.
another drink. I'll take another drink. You're buying, though. You took my
Of course.
gold. You buy her a drink?
Oh, yeah.
All right. The goblin, you bring the goblin bartender over, and he kind of brings you the booze and sees you slide it over to her, and the goblin kind of looks at you, and then looks at her, and then looks at you, and then he looks at her, and he does like a little bit of like mental calculations and goes, oh, and just she drinks it silently.
Barkeep,
Yeah.
I'll take one of those private rooms.
Oh no, random fun. Oh no. Where did it go?
Yeah, put it back, motherfucker.
What?
Oh, I saw it for a split second.
What? Okay, what did I miss?
Hold on, I wasn't proud of it, but you guys saw it and called me out. Hold on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hopefully the stream is.
I swear to God, this is going to be against Twitch's terms of service, isn't it?
Everything we do is against Twitch's terms of service.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Where is it?
I
God.
can't find it all of a sudden. Hold on.
I feel like this is a cover-up.
Oh.
Anywho, while our local meme master is trying to find that, she kind of goes, and what's the private room for?
I don't just thought you'd like to relax afterwards or whatever.
She finishes her drink. Make a persuasion check. Flat
Alright.
persuasion check.
13.
Oh, shit. She looks at you and goes,
Got it.
okay, all right.
Ugh.
She looks at you and goes, all right, get the key.
Oh no.
And with that, thank you.
You get the key, pay your gold. You both head upstairs. Alastair, make a performance check, please.
Ha! Come on, don't fail me now.
That one.
Nat one, nat one, nat one, nat one, nat one, nat one.
Ooh, 10.
Mediocre!
Fast forward to approximately... One sec, let me roll the D100.
Ooh,
To approximately 18 minutes later.
nice.
You're both lying there.
Killing
She's got a cigarette. She goes, well, that was delightfully mediocre.
Yes!
I mean, we could try again.
God damn it, Jordan.
Make a persuasion check.
This is going excellent. Dude, wow.
She goes, such a canned, mediocre response.
Deja vu?
I think I've been in this place before.
She takes a drag off the smoke and she kind of puts it out on the floor. She goes, I better get going. My husband's going to be looking for me in the morning. And she gets dressed,
Ooh.
and she heads out the door. Alastair just leaving you there in a smoke-filled room. Satisfied, I suppose.
Another job well done for Platinum Dragon.
Meanwhile, the Platinum Dragon is sitting there going,
Also,
Why?
smoking a cigarette.
why? The Platinum Dragon's also sitting there smoking. He goes, it was okay. No.
Why is it curved?
Okay, it's canon that Alastair's dick is curved. All right.
Got a bit of
All right. Anywho, the next morning. Morning comes, like Alastair did, and Zane, Zaz, and Mo, you wake up to find that Alastair didn't come into the room last night.
I don't care about that at all. I'm just going downstairs to meet up with the goblin.
Okay.
Yeah, Zane doesn't care either. He's like picking through his hair and like he's noticing how greasy it is and how he needs a haircut now that Alastair had mentioned it.
All right. Zaz, you've been up for a bit, I assume.
Not doing much, just kind of like about.
Okay. Just, this and that. All right, Quirin, you wake up on the floor.
What was I trying? What the fuck?
I just knock on his door as I go downstairs. I drop my phone.
All right.
Look over at the pile of stuff.
All right. Alastair, you wake up. You're still naked.
Just waiting to see if there's any itchiness happening.
Itchiness.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah!
10. Come on.
That one.
Four.
Oh.
26.
No, it's a fucking world of magic. STDs are not a thing.
Ken!
Like, honestly, it's like we've got healing prayers. Like, oh no, chlamydia. I guess healing word isn't going to fix that. Of course it is.
Oh no,
Like,
there's new
What a
strains.
great world to live in!
Wouldn't you need
Fantastical
something that
world
like
where herpes is not
removes like a condition or like
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
greater
the thing
restoration.
yeah.
Or less
But like,
restoration.
if they fucking nip it at the source, it just doesn't spread. It's like, oh, this is a weird thing. I should probably get that looked at by a cleric, and then no one's ever infected again. The end. No, there's no STD. You wake up, you're fine.
It's completely the exact opposite as opposed to how our healthcare system works.
And
They
Alastair
just-
gets out of bed and puts on his clothes
Yes.
as
And
if some mysterious omniscient hand is making it happen. Me, I'm making it happen. Alastair, you're dressed now.
Yep. Dressed. Going downstairs.
Yep.
Toss the key on the counter.
The goblin kind of looks at the key, and you see him pull out a set of like barbecue tongs and picks up the key and goes, "Ew!" and just goes back behind the counter. Alastair is the last one to the table.
Nope, I have
eating
to
ground.
move a lot of furniture.
Oh, okay, a lot of furniture. Alastair
I
is
went
the last
outside.
one in there who's not Quirin.
I don't know about them. I went outside.
Okay,
I
you're
went
outside.
back to find the goblin.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Meanwhile, in the tavern,
How was your night? Everyone sleep okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, slept just fine.
How about you?
7.
It was like 3 or 4 hours there where, there were some activities that were happening, but, I don't really want to brag about
Really?
deception check.
I could have sworn I heard things for 18 minutes exactly. No.
it. It's mostly just me.
Oh, Bahamut! Oh, Bahamut!
Golden Talon!
God damn it. 7. You don't see a goblin anywhere, actually, Mo. But the morning's still a little fuzzy. You're still trying to get the goop out of your eyes. At this point, Quirin, you make your way downstairs.
Like slowly going down the stairs, looking around to see how many people are down there.
Hands
It's-
breaking the wall.
Like a skittish
not-
deer.
It's not busy, but there's patrons.
Oh, okay. Go down and join the others.
Good
All
morning,
right.
princess.
Ugh.
So, what's your plan for today? I know that we need to go and take the carapace to someone who can make it into something for Mo. And then there's some haircuts in order, right? And then what else? What do you have anything that's turning your crank? Anything you're dying to do in this big city?
Me.
Yes, you.
The one that trapped himself in a room because he was almost going to freak out and punch something.
You have to think of it in opportunities, Quirin. You need to think of all the things you can do and people you could see or come across. Is there like maybe there's a bakery or something we could take you?
Well, you're going to get the haircut. I'll find the bakery.
Sure.
Okay.
Have I found that goblin? Have I found a goblin?
At this point, you have found a goblin. Yes.
I will converse with him and
Okay.
get the cart and get the carapace,
All right.
which I assume they.
They have watched diligently. Matter of fact, when they bring it out, you notice that there appeared to be a small campsite that was set up next to your cart.
I just thank them and I'll just sit on the cart and wait for everybody to come out.
All right, Mo, you pull the cart around front. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, maybe there's probably something more fancy and nice to eat in this big, large city. Let's go out and find Mo.
All right. So you guys heading outside?
Yep.
All right. So you head outside. Mo's sitting there waiting. You all get on the cart. Devil's advocates. Apart from being told that you are to go to the High Palace at dusk, the day is yours. What would you
Hell
like to do?
I would like to instruct Quirin to take the cart to the specific shop I am looking to go to.
Make a history check to see if you know where it is.
I don't
And what
believe
are you
I
doing?
should be the one driving. I'm going to scrooge down underneath the carapace. Goodbye.
And
Just a straight roll?
straight history check.
6. Goddamn.
You know it's in the Coin Kisser Pass. You're probably gonna have to ask for directions.
I'm just gonna go back inside.
Yep.
And just find a goblin.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I'm gonna ask them for directions to the store.
The store? His eyes kind of narrow and goes, why in the fuck are you going there?
What? Is the goblin I'm talking to one of the ones that was outside, or like one that I've
Nope.
spoken to? Oh,
No, this is a morning shift. You
Okay.
assume there's actually quite a few goblins that make this place work.
just business.
All right. Yeah, it's tucked in the. He gives you directions and kind of points. He goes, "It's right up against the wall. Just don't make it known that you got the directions from me. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll give him. I'll just give him a silver and walk away.
All right. You head back outside, Quirin. I assume you're asleep underneath the carapace.
Oh no, I am not asleep. I am wide awake.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Come on, Quirin.
Dead
Today
eye.
will be a Quirin.
Mm,
I can guarantee you will see something new today. Okay?
not if I can help it.
Well, and I'll just start giving him directions.
I'm underneath
Okay.
the carapace.
Oh,
Who's-
you're underneath.
Who's
Uh,
driving? Mo's telling you this, and you're looking. It's like I am not driving. Like
Quirin just gets up and goes in. Okay, I guess I'll try.
you're gonna try and drive. All right.
Yeah.
You've driven the car before. It's not a huge issue.
All right.
So at this point, looking at your map, you guys are heading from, and let me mark this, your tavern is actually right in the O of Host's Row. That's about where you are right now. So, you guys have quite a bit of travel through here to kind of a farther off section of the Coin Kisser Pass. During this travel, which takes approximately the better parts of an hour and a half, is there anything you guys want to do?
Just gonna try and take mental note of shops and people and smells.
Okay.
And just enjoy the atmosphere.
Just during the atmosphere. It's a very nice summer day. You notice a number of carts. Quirin, at one point, you are kind of jostled out of your kind of wide-eyed staring by the smell of something baked. And you kind of peek out. You don't really see where it is, and you kind of tuck your head back in, almost like a turtle.
Shifty-eyed.
Shifty eyes, like my smell of pastry. Yeah, it's just all of you at some points see different shops and things that just kind of pique your interest. Zaz, at one point you see a stand that's actually like, it looks like a sandbox on legs, and over top it has what's the word I'm looking for? Like an awning. There's the word. Has an awning over top creating shade, and in the sandbox is soil, and there's just a multitude of fresh mushrooms right there. And you find that interesting. That's an interesting way of having all of these mushrooms together, because you're looking and you notice a number of them wouldn't grow next to each other. Zane, you see the bookstore after bookstore, you see apothecaries, you see just everything under the sun. And the shops seem to grow denser and denser as you move from the area known as Host's Row, past a wide kind of void of buildings, kind of an open passageway between two walls. And as you cross into this next area that Mo informs you is Coin Kisser Pass, you understand that Coin Kisser Pass is named as such due to the fact of this is where the merchants are. This is where the people with money are. And you see banks, you see more barbers, you see bakeries, you see every shop you can think of. Very few homes, lots of two-story buildings, and you can assume that the shop owners live above their work. You're led through a back alleyway. And right up against the wall, you notice that there is a smallish stone building, probably an older one. Its slate roof kind of falling apart. It has one kind of circle on its sign with a dot in the middle, and underneath it says "Beauty is in the eye." What would you guys like to do?
All right. This is our destination, but I am going to give you a warning. This is going to be a different introduction of sorts. And whatever you do, you have to remain calm.
How calm?
Quirin, have you ever seen something and you assume just based on history that one thing is maybe malevolent or evil, but in fact it isn't?
I'm a priest. Yes.
That is this. And I'll just park the cart.
Okay.
And begin, with Alastair's help, start moving the carapace and go towards the door.
All right. The door itself is kind of small, and it takes a bit of work to get the carapace in. But Alastair and Mo, with your work together and having moved this number of times, it goes in fairly easily. And are the rest of you coming in as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You walk into the shop, and the inside is much bigger than the outside lets on. It's very strange. You walk in, you're expecting it to be maybe 10 feet by 10 feet. And instead, what you're greeted with is a 35 foot by 35 foot brightly colored showroom. Just of various things. You see what could be described as holograms, but kind of floating in the air, illusions, if you will, of various bows and staffs and other things. And you look around, and there doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Is there a counter or
There is a small counter, maybe 7 feet across and maybe 4 feet up, and behind it there is a door, kind of a wider door, maybe about 6 feet wide. And on the counter there is a bell.
I'll just go over and tap the bell and wait for what is coming.
All right. You tap the bell, and a moment passes, and from behind the wall you hear, give me a second. And the air in the room goes still. Nothing happens for about a minute.
I'm gonna put down the carapace as we're
All right. Yep. Eventually, the curtain that's blocking the doorway moves on its own. And Devil's Advocates, what you see floating out from behind the wall to take its place behind the counter is a large blue flesh-colored orb. 10 tentacles with eyes at the ends of them sticking out of its head, with one central eye looking at you, and a huge row of sharp teeth grinning underneath it.
Ooh.
As you realize that though the shop is called The Beauty is in the Eye, this is the Beholder. And we're going to take a break.
Are you proud of yourself?
Very much so.
Tanner, I'm kind of in awe.
Thank you.
That was beautifully executed.
So we're going to take a break. Some of us have some pets to take out. I got to refill my water, etc. So we will be back in maybe 5-10 minutes to continue on with this. This is something Mo has known about for a long time. So.
All right,
Be back.
You're back.
You're back.
So, Devil's Advocates. Walking into the shop known as The Beauty is in the Eye, you are now greeted with a blue beholder. Just staring at you, looking at you all going, hello.
Mo, what
Been
the
a
hell is
long
that?
time. It's. Would I know the?
Are we cool?
beholder's name?
We're cool, right? We're still cool.
You would not know its name, no.
My friends are not from the city. They're not aware of.
Oh, it is perfectly fine. I fully understand.
I think we killed something like you once.
Yes, I'm sure you have. I assume you.
He's lived in the city for a very long time, and he makes things for people.
Just to correct you there, sir. Excuse me. Proper introductions, I suppose. My name is Androx, and just one more small correction, sir, and I don't mean to step on any toes. I have been in the city for the entirety of its existence. When people say, "Oh, he's been here forever," yes, I have. So, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I was hoping you could make something for me, as I'm sure you can see with your rather large eye.
Yes, and the small ones as well. Yes.
I brought you a rather unusual piece of material.
Well, allow me to get a closer look, and
just kind of floats over, just over top of the counter, just kind of is floating around, and this is uncomfortable, as this beholder is just kind of floating around, looking, going,
yes, purple worm. Terrifying creatures. What exactly are you looking for me to do?
Make some armor.
Make some armor.
And I'm gonna pull out and once book.
okay.
I've been collecting some other things. You know, pieces
Right.
of stuff or whatever. And I was just gonna pull out like the dragon snake, the dragon scales and the fire stuff, and
Okay.
just kind of put it on, just kind of the bits and pieces of stuff from stuff.
Okay. Just your collection.
Yeah.
Kind of looks. He goes,
You made something for my father a long time ago, and he did say you were.
He's kind of looking at the pieces. He goes, I'm gonna have to give a big long think about these little ones here. Getting armor out of this particular piece of carapace is remarkably easy. I'm sure I can dream something up for you and have it to you by tomorrow. What it'll do, only, well, I don't even know. I guess I'll find out in the morning.
Thank you.
Yes. Could I interest you in anything else that has popped into my head during the night?
Can you show up?
Well, yes, of course. And he kind of floats over to some of the illusions as my link here slowly opens. And he shows you a multitude of things. He's kind of floating around. He shows you a really well-made great axe and another massive great sword, a beautiful hand crossbow, a pike, a really nice sling. There's a beautiful shining shield. You see suits of armor. At one point, he actually goes over the corner and goes, this here, I believe, is called an armoire. Not entirely sure what I was dreaming about that night when this appeared in the shop, but here it is. So if you need an armoire, 14 gold. He floats around again. He shows you a bag of holding and stuff. He goes, yep, so plenty here. Is there anything you're looking for in particular, sirs?
Oh, I have one other thing.
Yes.
I'll pull out the glass eye.
He kind of looks at it. He goes, "Are you mocking me?"
No.
I'm joking. It's okay.
I've wanted to do something with this. I've had this for a rather long time, and I'll leave it in your capable.
If you say hands, I swear to God.
Your capable eyes.
Oh, all right.
And I'll just kind of, I don't know, put it down, hand it to him, whatever.
You kind of go to put it on the counter and just kind of floats in front of him. He goes, interesting. Do you know what this is? It's a regular glass eye.
I know, but you make.
But are we just giving him random stuff now? I have a mouse skull that I can give him.
No.
Do you know how the process works for me?
It was explained a long time ago.
So it's I'm a unique case in the magic purveyors circles. I don't necessarily choose my stock or create my stock. My kind, we go to sleep, as I'm sure all of you do. You all do sleep, right? That's something we have in common, yes?
Yes.
Sleep. It's like a little sample of death. It's fantastic. So, when I wake up in the morning, I have these mind visions while I'm sleeping. I believe you call them dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, in my dreams, I see things. Things that worry me. Things that could hurt me. And I come up with solutions. And when I think of something, and I think it works, when I wake up, it's there. Meaning, at some point, I had a dream that you were all going to come in, and I had a dream that I sold you a particular item that stopped you from slaughtering me. So, I'm going to dream tonight about what this Perborum carapace is going to turn into to stop my inevitable death.
Why would we be motivated to harm you?
That depends. My kind's very strange. Famously, I don't want to say cousin, but an ancestor of mine had a dream that he was killed by eating a moldy loaf of bread. And he then proceeded to think up every possible way of preventing him from ever having bread in his vicinity again. So, ultimately, he did die due to a piece of moldy bread when an adventurer came in and threw it into his gaping maw. The adventurers died, but he did several days later. So whatever the circumstances of you coming in and slaughtering me, I'm here to avoid that by providing you with an item that you find satisfactory enough to spare my terrified little life.
Zane squints.
He squints back with his one big eye.
I believe I
Something.
understand.
Anything you guys want?
Maybe some information. Or if he has an item like this, I'm going to take off the platinum mantle.
Kind of looks at it, he goes, Okay. This is magical. What? I don't understand.
This is something passed on from my clan, but I'm looking for something like other things that are kind of the same.
You're looking for a matching set.
Sort of like that, yeah.
So, due to the fact that I have nothing like that, I'm led to believe that you're not going to kill me due to the fact that I don't have it.
No, the only reason why we killed the other thing that was like you was because he was kind of used as a guard for a cult.
Guard for a cult.
He was much smaller, though.
Briar Glen.
Smaller. Like, did he? How many eyes?
Not as many as you. I think it was what you called a watch. A watcher.
Regardless, there's many things like me, different versions and such. But could I perhaps interest one of you in a staff of thunder and lightning?
I just look at us.
What's that do?
Staff of thunder and lightning. It's a quarterstaff. It gives you and he explains in better terms than I'm about to. It's a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls made while holding the quarterstaff. Multiple things. You get a bonus with melee attacks on it, dealing lightning damage. It does con saving throw to stun things. It's a very. He goes on and on about the features of this. He goes, yeah. So ultimately, I'm not sure who this is for, but somebody's going to want this and is going to hit things with it successfully.
Zane squints.
It's only 10,000 gold pieces.
I'm good.
Zaz,
I'm good.
you like lightning, don't you?
Kind of got a nature thing I want to start pushing more.
He should. Suits his aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
All right. Well, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your patronage, and I appreciate every second of my life that you have spared. Brave adventurers. So if you come back tomorrow, I'm sure we will find something that surprises both of us.
Okay. Goodbye.
Alastair hasn't taken his eyes off of Androx and is paler than you've ever seen him, even closer than death.
You a little hungover, Alastair?
No, I'm good.
If you are hungover, I suggest drinking lots of water, and for that I have a decanter of endless water, which may be just for you because you're looking like you want to put that very shiny sword through my very squishy eye.
I'm good day. I'll just turn on my
Goodbye. All right.
Have a good day.
I will certainly try as long as it lasts until tomorrow.
All right.
Zane leaves, and as he leaves, he's like, I don't understand why he thinks we're gonna kill him.
I, oddly enough,
Like,
feel
he
very
hasn't-
close to him.
He hasn't done anything to us. I feel no animosity.
Does
My
not matter.
father said that he's always been a little bit that I want to use the term nervous, but I don't think that correctly translates the scenario. He makes good shit though.
I believe that the last other and you wanted a haircut.
I want to go. I need to see if something still exists.
We can part ways.
Drop
Alright.
them off at the haircut place and.
Yep.
The haircut place is across town. I'm
Actually, there is multiple haircut
Oh, that's
places.
right,
You
yeah.
did see them. Yeah.
I believe they're called
Barbers. Yeah.
Haircut
like
places.
everyone's saying haircut
Actually,
place.
hilariously, the one that Mo drops you off is called Sal's Haircuttery.
Ooh. Haircut and mustachery.
No, it is not a mustachery.
So who's getting off?
Alastair did.
Yeah.
Alaska, getting off.
All right. Yeah. So who is leaving Mo?
Zanus.
Okay.
So it's me, Queen, and Zaz?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, whereabouts on the map did we drop them off?
So you drop them off approximately here-ish.
Okay,
Before
I'll
we
come back and
go,
get you.
wherever you want to go, we are stopping at a bakery. I'm gonna light up a cigarette.
Alright. I would like to try and find my house.
All right. So, as you head to the area in the cobbles that you remember, and Zane and Alastair, you have a whole other adventure we'll get to in a second. As you're heading to your former home in the cobbles, you do come across a bakery called Fondante's Inferno, and are able to. So I tried to keep it together. I did.
Yeah, you're proud of that one.
I'll stop the cart for Quaren.
Quirin, you run into Fondante's Inferno.
I'm gonna like with too smooth, kind of slide across the counter.
Oh, okay.
I would like something from you.
There's a young halfling, like teenager, looking at you like, okay.
I would like various different baked goods, and
Okay.
I would like to see how the donuts are made.
Oh, bless him.
Are you saying you want an assorted box of 12 donuts?
Anything. I don't care. I want to eat all of them.
We have bags of day-old donuts.
Okay.
Okay. And she holds out a paper bag, and it's like a full like grocery bag, and it's just
Yes.
full of donuts. And she's like, "Yeah, we sell those for like 1 gold."
Oh, thank you.
And she goes, "Okay," and she kind of pulls the curtain and goes, if you look back there," and she just shows you quickly. There's just a series of frying and baking going on, and there's like a vat of glaze, and she goes, "Yeah, they're not that difficult."
Well, I've never made them.
Oh, okay.
Can you show me?
Come on. And Mo and Zaz, you wait outside for the next like maybe 5 to 7 minutes as this young halfling just quickly shows Quirin how a donut is made.
All right.
She goes, "Yeah, and here we have a donut. This one's called a Dutchie. Yeah. So donuts."
You said how much was the bag again?
1 gold.
1 gold. 1 gold. Run through my bag. One gold. All right, that's 1 gold for donuts, and
Okay.
2 platinum for you. Have a good day.
My.
Out the door.
All right.
Coming
So
back
Mo.
like biggest fucking
Just
bag.
coming back, just big shit-eating grin, big bag. Mo's tapping his foot. Zaz is looking at a mushroom. All right. You
I
head
give
up,
Corin the thumbs up.
give them the thumbs up, and you're heading off.
Yeah.
All right. You head up through the entrance to the cobbles. And you continue to the spot where you remember your house to be, though you haven't exactly been there in 20 years.
Hmm.
Looking around, there's a fair amount of new construction. And you don't see your home anymore.
Is there any, like, do I recognize, like, any, like, you know when you come back to the neighborhood and you're like, what hasn't changed?
There's a couple houses that look familiar. You know, the road seems the same from whatever memories you are able to glean, but for the most part, it looks like a lot of rebuilding has happened here over the last 20 years.
Are there just, like, any people milling about?
Yeah, there's people walking around.
Can I just, like, approach one of them?
Yeah, for sure. You approach an older-looking dwarven woman, kind of there holding a bag of groceries. She looks and goes, yes.
This is a strange question. Moved away a long time ago, and I'm trying to find my house, but I can't find it. I know that sounds silly, but I was just hoping, you know.
She kind of looks around. She goes, well, when did you move away?
Close to 20 years ago, but I'm not sure.
If I recall, around this area 20 years ago, there was a small fire. Many of the buildings it was contained. I think a number of houses went down, but for the most part, they've been rebuilt upon.
I'll just ask her for directions.
Directions to where?
Like, just where that fire was. Just kind of like...
She just kind of points across the street. She goes, those houses there.
Thank you.
Have a good day. She continues on.
So my house burned down.
You're looking at houses?
No, I lived here. Well, you know, I wasn't sure what would have happened to it, but, you know.
Well, it's a good thing that your sister doesn't live here, otherwise she'd have a home.
She still lives in the city somewhere, though. Apparently she works in the High Palace. That's gonna be a strange reunion.
Well, do we have to go there for something?
Yep. Yeah, it's... Corin, you know how, like, in your tribe, there were just kind of, you know, everybody kind of knows everybody, and, you know, you get accustomed to a weird way of, like, you were the, you know, your mother was the chief of your tribe, you know, so, you know, you grew up being a little bit closer to the important things than other people.
She was the whole head of the tribe. I was the one that read the scrolls in the back that nobody talked to.
My father made quite a name for himself. Good at defending the king and fighting his wars. And, you know, was honored and, you know, even when somebody poisoned him and he had to have his leg chopped off, he was still a badass. And, you know, then the flock. So, it's, you know, it's kind of weird coming back, you know? You know, my family wasn't nobility, but we were, you know, at least amongst the people in the military, we were important, and it's a strange dichotomy, you know, growing up like that, becoming a sellsword. You want to go see the fighting pits?
Sure.
I will take them to the fighting fits.
Okay.
Trying
So-
to distract myself from the fact that I may have started to tear up a bit.
And
All
he
right.
is completely gone.
Yeah.
Character break. I feel that so hard. I feel
Tough.
that so hard.
Yeah, I know you would. Star swipe, haircut time, makeover. Anywho, we'll get back to that vibe in a second. Zane and Alaster,
Mhm.
you're dropped off and you walk into Sal's hair cuttery. Walking in, it's fairly empty. There's a number of chairs, and a human male walks out. Kind of a thinning black hair, slicked back, a mustache, kind of bags under his eyes. He goes, "Hey, how you doing? What can I get for you?"
DM,
Yes,
there's gotta be shampoo in this universe, right?
yes, there is.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Say,
Just looking at.
I just had to make
products and
sure.
skincare.
Yeah, there's hygiene products and soap. It wouldn't be like, Head and Shoulders, but it would be shampoo. It would be soap meant for hair. Yeah.
Mane and
Okay.
tail.
So
Mane and tail.
Zane
Okay.
kind of puts his hand up and he says, I just need a shampoo and a quick cut, please.
Shampoo and a cut. Can't do. Big shiny guy, what can I do for you?
I would like you to fix the atrocity that I've done to myself on the road. This haircut. I would like
Alright.
a shave, and regardless of what he says, he's getting a hot shave. He's getting the works. We're going to go all out because I haven't done this in ages.
Can do,
I don't
can
tend
do.
to grow too much hair on my face.
Doesn't matter. It's
Alaska.
happening.
At this point, the guy who you assume is Sal kind of walks up and looks at you, saying, "I could see a couple whiskers there. You look like in about 20 years you're going to grow a stern mustache."
Stern.
Yeah.
He just he can just sense the hair.
Sense the top
Something-
silk mushroom going.
Something tells me your father has a stern mustache. Maybe your mother. I'm not here to judge. Not here to judge. Not here to judge. So, cut and wash, hot shave. You boys can sit on down. Let old Sal here take care of you.
DM, of what race is Sal?
Human.
Okay, he's just fucking weird, okay.
Yep.
No, he's a professional. Loves his job.
Everyone knows the best barbers? New Yorkers. Everyone.
The strange fact.
Also, best taffy pullers? Iowa. No. I don't
Real
know.
facts.
I don't know. I'm sorry. So, regardless, you both lay down, and while Sal is doing this, it's fairly quiet in here. There's no music. It's just Sal washing her hair. Just one guy. You guys have an opportunity for some chatter.
You ever do anything like this before?
Not the works. Like I said, I don't grow too much hair on my face, so I don't really require shaving.
No, it's not. Why does everyone think a hot shave is about the actual shave? It's. You ever take your girl out to get pampered or whatever? It's more of an outing to feel good about yourself, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Zane smiles. I think I get it.
Hey, buddy there, Zane, I think I heard your name was, yeah?
Yeah.
May I suggest you got a little bit of flaking down here at the bottom of your horns. I've got a wonderful product here. It's a horn conditioner. Keep them hard and stop that flaking from happening and getting into your hair. How's that sound?
Sure.
All right.
Sal, my man, the bill is on me, so whatever you feel is great, just add it to the bill.
Alaster, are you sure?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's get the platinum dragon style horn conditioner here from my man Zane. And Alaska, you look over and man, is it a weird sight. Sal rubbing this conditioner on Zane's horn. Just back and forth and back and forth.
I've got a question about those.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this, Sal?
About 22 years.
I figured you were a veteran.
Mm.
Zane, we're gonna get you. We're gonna get you looking perfect. We'll find. Actually, I did have a question for you. You know, now that I'm stumbling through my words, it's a bit awkward. Did you ever message your girl back from Redwater?
Well, considering we were gone for quite a while, I think it's safe to say that she forgot about me.
She couldn't forget about you. Are you crazy? She's probably waiting for your telepathic message as we speak.
I saw her with another guy.
And?
Zane kind of looks away and he doesn't really want to talk about this. He's uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, regardless, I think if it were me, I'd want to hear back from you.
Well, how am I supposed to communicate with someone who's ages miles away now?
Don't you talk in people's heads?
It doesn't work from a distance like that. At least I've never tried.
If I may interject, I can't help but overhearing, as I am indeed the only other person in the room right now. Magic, get all that aside. Have you tried just writing her a letter?
You know, I'm kind of embarrassed that I'd never even thought about that.
Yeah, me too.
I think you should do it. I think you should write a letter and, I don't know if there's a way that we could sketch a portrait of you or something. I don't know. You can send her a gift or something. And if that doesn't work, well, you'll look great enough to find some other lovely woman here.
Maybe I'll think on it.
So the haircut happens. The hot shave, fantastic. Zane, you're not sure what fuzz he was able to scrape off of your lily white little boy skin, but you do feel smoother and you feel refreshed. And you both kind of sit there looking spiffy, as you do in your character art done by Attack on Snacks.
Yay!
Yay! Sal kind of goes, all right, so total bill here. We got the conditioner, we got the cut, got these here. It's going to come to 52 gold pieces.
Well, here you are, and I will give you a little extra on the side.
Oh, much obliged.
I will give him, I'll give him 62 gold.
All right. Kind of looks down and goes, well, thank you very much. If you need anything, you come to old Sal.
I'll be sure to let people know to come by.
All right. Now, if you excuse me. And he kind of walks to the back, and you see him pick up a book and just kind of sit in the corner, reading.
Well, is there any place else you'd like to go? Anything you'd like to do? Any place you'd like to see? A bookstore, perhaps? Or somewhere with crazy regents and... I don't know if your magic takes components or anything, but...
Nothing really in particular that I need to see, but I could go for just some walking around, taking all this in.
Sure.
All right. So, as
Alastair and Zane are on a date.
Date, yay! So, as Alastair and Zane go on their totally platonic date that will not
5
end
feet
with
apart because they're not gay.
5 feet apart.
Social distancing is
Guys walking through Dragontail 5 feet apart because they're not.
Yeah, no. So Zane and
Yes,
Alastair could do their
snacks,
social
fanfic.
distancing. Why can't you? So as those two are going about the Coin Kisser Pass and eventually Host Row and maybe into the cobbles, you other three, you make your way over very quickly, as Mo knows this area well, to the Dorstan Arena. And as you come up, Mo, the arena is strangely silent.
I know my way about. I'm gonna park the cart in the cart parking section. You
Okay.
know, people come to watch this sort of shit from all over.
Yep, there's quite a lot of space around this for people to park their carts and set up camp
Gonna
and all that.
park the cart and walk inside.
All right. Gwyn and Zaz, what are you two doing?
And you see, if you break the donut in half and then take a half of another donut, you make a new one that has both flavors.
Bless him.
I'm
The
just,
donut mancer.
Zaz is just chewing on the last piece of donut he gave him, just like,
Now, if you take that donut and then stack one on top opposite, is it a sandwich? Yes, a donut sandwich.
Yeah, donut sandwich.
Where are we?
Where are we?
Mo is just walking into the arena at this point.
I just do that kind of thing.
You can hear her in my mic, I know. There's no point even muting herself.
I just do that thing where you look back at like the people that were supposed to be with you.
Yeah.
Are you guys coming?
Nope. Yep.
What am I holding? Ooh, that's delicious.
Quirin's gonna gain like 50 pounds by the end of this campaign.
Good, he needs it.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
he
the one who
does.
needs it.
I'll have to get new art. Chunky Quirin. Now a large creature.
I can just picture a gray Peter Griffin right now. A gray bald Peter Griffin.
Wait, to the queer
That's
chopper.
that's the art.
Quirin gets hit, he just goes down, goes, oh. Anywho, Mo, walking into the patron entrance of the arena, it is silent. And you kind of think there really wasn't many off days in the history of this arena, but they did happen on occasion. So although this is strange, it's not unheard of. It's fairly empty, and you see a number of goblins rushing around, sweeping up. They kind of look and go, sorry, buddy. No fights today.
Can I try and find a familiar one?
Make an investigation check. You do come across one that looks familiar. You don't know his name, though. He kind of looks and goes, hey, wait a minute. I know you from somewhere.
I work here? Live here?
I wouldn't call it work or live. Were you cleaning or were you downstairs? That's where I know you from.
Are you the one that taught me Goblin?
No. I'm actually a little bit on the newer side. I started about maybe 3 seasons ago. We may have passed. Congratulations on being released. They must have found you innocent of whatever you were charged for. So.
That's the thing. Would I know who runs this?
No, you don't. Just all you know is that you lived in the underneath of this arena. You were brought up to fight, and you were sent back down. You were fed. You didn't really see any organizers or anything. And then one day, goblins came down, opened the gates to your cell and said you're free to go, and let you walk out.
Is it? I'm sure you guys keep record. It would be nice to know why I was let go.
I can see what I can. I'm just cleaning, but I can do some talking around if you give me a couple days.
Or just point me in the direction of somebody that's, you know.
In charge? They're not here. No, you'd find them over in the scepters somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where they live. Above me. I'm just here for the 3 silver a day, so.
Almost. It's been a long time. I'm trying to think of how long I would have.
You would have what? Sorry.
I'm trying to think of how long I would have spent in there.
In the pits?
Yeah.
From when you were 9 years old until now?
Yeah.
So like 19 years?
Yeah. Almost 20 years, and I.
Well, actually, one more thing. If I'm going to be asking around, they don't give anyone down their names. Do you remember your gladiator name or what they billed you as?
I have never thought about this. Would I?
No, you
Would
don't. You do not know what they billed you as.
No.
All right.
So I don't ever recall them saying something when I went out.
There was no real announcer when you were out, and if there was, it was drowned out by the crowd.
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's still some posters up around town. Maybe looking to see if there's anything that loosely resembles your visage, but I'll ask if any redheaded scar guy was released.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
If you do, we're staying at the Goblin.
Good choice. Cousin works there. Good place.
It helps that I speak the language. Have a nice day.
That was quick, Michelle.
What? What the hell?
Oh, fuck.
Jesus! Anywho, Mo, a little upset that you didn't get your answers.
Trying
You head
to
back.
go back to the meeting point.
Okay. Go back to the cart. Kern and Zaz, what are you guys doing?
Alright, so if I find a mushroom and put it on your shoulder, does it make more mushrooms?
Gradually. Like, think with mushrooms that they take time. You gotta sit back and be patient.
Yeah, I'm just used to eating them.
See, that's what everyone thinks, but there's more to mushrooms. See, if you take a mushroom... So we're just making idle chit-chat and...
Yeah, and Mo walks up at that point as Zaz goes, if you take a mushroom.
Onions have layers.
Hi, Mo.
So, fun fact. A lot of the people they could put in the are, you know, criminals, people, you know, have a chance to earn freedom. Today's obviously an off day. I guess nobody's fighting today. Kind of rare occasions. But I was put in there as a child, so, you know, didn't really do anything wrong. And I don't remember them giving me a name. They give them names, you know? Kind of like in that wrestling does. You know? That, or just a number. So he said he'd look. Maybe the high palace will have better answers. But then again, they're bureaucrats.
Well, fair enough. Is there anything else we have to do here?
I think
At
we
this
just have
point, it is getting a little bit later in the day. The sun is starting to go down.
to find the other two and go to the high palace.
Can we find just one of them? The other one's loud.
Yeah, we gotta find both of them.
Is
Trying
it
to
the
be
loud part
nicer.
that bothers you, or the shiny part?
Everything. I'm trying to be nicer, but he's just so
It's nice to you,
annoying.
too.
At this point, you guys are walking through the cobbles. Zane and Alastair, you guys do notice the sun is going down, and you know you have to be at the High Palace for dusk.
Right, so, hey, yeah, this is, do you know where we're going or where we are? I was kind of just lost in the moment.
Would Zane have any knowledge? Probably not.
Not really. Like, you could ask a guard for directions. I
Where
guess.
exactly are we on the map?
You guys are kind of farting around in, like, this area at this point.
Farting around.
Yes, that is the term I'm going to use. Deal with it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys are about there.
Okay. We should probably ask someone.
I mean, I guess, yeah. Would I see any guards or maybe just like a...
Yeah, you see two guards, actually, just kind of next to a gate on the inner wall. And the one's kind of sitting there looking bored, and the other's talking to him, and the other guard's rolling his eyes.
Excuse me, sir.
As you walk up, you hear the guard that's talking quite enthusiastically to the other unenthused guard goes, "I kid you not, Rick. He turns himself into a pickle. He's called Pickle Rick. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, can I help you?"
Not as funny. Just not as
Oh,
funny.
I can still do it. I can still do it, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, we've got a meeting at the High Palace at dusk.
Right,
and
okay, yeah.
And we're looking for which way to go. I'm assuming the palace is somewhere in the center, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, just head through this gate, and then follow to the next wall, and head through another gate. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Sort of.
Thank you, amorphous Smo in my head. You know what? Just to carry on with your story, I heard after that he turned himself into a mothball, and I'll carry on through the gate.
I don't think I read that part. You hear as you guys begin walking through. So at this point, almost as if by divine intervention, as Mo and Quirin and Zaz reach the gates to the inner portion of Dragontail, you see Zane and Alastair walking up.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, did somebody find pastries?
Good.
They showed him how the donuts were made.
Oh, really? I've always I figured it was like, I don't know. It's what? I'm not gonna.
I can give you a taste. You take one donut, you break it in half. You take another donut, you break it in half.
At this point, you guys are absentmindedly walking through the inner wall, and you kind of stop for a second, look around, and realize that while you were in a fairly nice area of the city, it just got real nice. Like, trees everywhere, all the houses are warm and well lit, it's clean. This really doesn't look like any town or city you visited yet. This is amazing.
Well, Zane, not in Briar Glen anymore.
Well, I suppose not.
You could fit Briar Glen in here.
How many people live in those big houses?
Not as many as you'd think.
Wait,
They
wait.
just like big.
They make giant things and have, like, what, 5 people living in there?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, if they're unlucky, sometimes it's just one if he's a bachelor or something, or part of the ministry, maybe.
What is the point of that?
Old
Status?
families with old money.
Ugh.
And as the devil's advocates discuss the benefits of capitalism.
And Paw Patrol.
And do not do not bring him into my world. Anywho,
Clues.
no, that's never mind. We'll talk about this book, what she's referring to. You head through the upper portion of Dragontail and come to the gates of the High Palace. There's a number of guards there who put halberds across, say, "Hail, my apologies, no visitors."
We are the devil's advocates.
They kind of look at each other.
We've got a meeting with someone in the High Palace.
The halberds go up, going quickly.
Get the cart moving.
Yep, head in. As you walk in, the High Palace itself it's strange. It seems to be a castle, or not so much a castle, a keep that was built with defense in mind, and over the years, another wall has been put around it to fit with the organization of the city. So you find yourself entering a larger wall to be greeted with a smaller wall, where there is another set of guards standing there, halberds in hand.
I give them the same rigmarole.
Yep. They look and go, "Your cart can stay out here."
All right. Get off.
They
Is
let
there
you
any-
through.
Oh.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Is there any... Mo, is there any sort of passcode or phrase, or do we have to do a dance?
No. If they want you in, they let you in, and if they don't, they stick you with sharp objects.
I suppose that is a decent deterrent.
Or, and I just point at, I assume, the archers walking around the walls.
Yep. Oh yeah, this is heavily guarded, and eventually you walk through a beautiful courtyard. The guards are watching you, and eventually you come to what can be assumed is the front doors. Very large, maybe 10 feet high, wrought iron hinges. Looks very old, yet well taken care of. And standing in front is two guards. One is a human male. Probably looks to be in his early 40s. Kind of strawberry blonde hair, clean shaven, bright eyes, and kind of smiling at you. And next to him is a gargantuan, like 10.5-foot tall woman, question mark, of a unidentifiable race.
How tall is she again?
10.5 feet tall.
Jesus, titties.
You walk up.
Yes, how are the titties? Very important.
The woman looks and goes, "Hello, I am Gara. I act as personal guard to the king.
It's a
This
pleasure
here
to
is
meet
my-
you, Gara.
Excuse me?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Gara.
I bet it is. I'm told you're to meet with the king."
So, wait. He's the person we're meeting?
Yes.
That elf kind of skimped on the details, didn't she?
You were told what you needed to be told. You're here, are you not?
Yes. If you only knew.
I could say the same.
Are we actually here? I'm really confused now.
Oh, we're here.
Are
And
we
you're
though?
here. And we will be walking through these doors. And once you pass these doors, you will not say a word. You will not look at anything. You will not say anything. You will not hear anything.
Out of curiosity, you know what we are. Do you know who we are?
I do not care. You're the king's guests, and that is all I am to know.
You come back to a city and your name means nothing.
At this point, the human male goes, well then, I suppose, Gara, we should lead them in. Gara looks, I suppose so. Follow us. And the two of them open the doors and gesture for you to enter.
I'll follow.
Zane goes
And
in.
lead.
Yep.
I've not taken my eyes off Gara.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big women!
Woo!
Woo!
She notices this, so she's looking. She goes, what are you looking at, Tiny?
A beautiful woman.
Big women!
Make a, you know what? I'm just going to roll for that. Flattering. Move.
Yes, ma'am.
Simp.
He knows what he likes.
Yeah, I know. So, entering into the halls, you're met with a absolutely beautiful entrance hallway. Stained glass windows along the side and pillars of immaculately clean stone and blue carpets just adorn this almost ethereal hallway. Walking along the hall, even though you're told not to look at anything, your eyes can't help but wander. And looking up, you see a number of banners that house a format of crests that you have seen before. You see a red one with a basilisk. You see a yellow one with what looks like a two-headed wolf. You see a green one with a dragon. As you go down the hall, you see more and more of these battle standards. And just as you reach the final door, you look up to your right, and you see a black standard bearing a very familiar crest.
I'm gonna take a moment, completely ignoring her instruction.
Gara stands and goes, you may open the door and enter.
Oh, go on.
Open the door.
Yep.
You open the door, and what you find before you is the throne room. Made up of the same motif as the hallway before, with blue carpets and immaculate clean stone, the battle standards hanging everywhere. The room itself seems fairly open, as if to invite congregations of people there for discussion. Sitting at the top of a raised platform at the end of the room is a large stone throne with two smaller thrones on either side of it. As you approach, you can see a very small figure sitting on the throne.
Did they follow us in?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
You walk up to the throne, and sitting on the throne is a young boy of about 5 years old. He's looking at you all. Hello.
Hello.
I assume
puts
I
his
know
hand
who
up, kinda
this
waves.
is.
You do not, Mo.
No?
No. He kind of waves. Hello.
I wave. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
I'm Tobin.
Hi, Tobin.
Hi.
I'm Zaz.
Hi, Zaz.
Hi, Tobin.
Hi. The little boy kind of gets off the throne, kind of stands at the top of the raised platform, goes, Daddy, who are your friends? And the guard behind you begins laughing. He kind of chuckles and goes, "Oh, well, I suppose that is up, isn't it?" He steps forward. "I suppose you're all rather scared right now, aren't you?"
No?
Not when she's
I be?
around.
Really? Nothing? Not even a little bit of a heart palpitation, nothing at all?
Eh.
No?
IRL, yes.
I recently almost
not right
died to
now.
a purple worm.
So I've heard. He kind of leans down. "Tobin, why don't you go get your mother?" "Okay, where is she?" "I think she's up in her study." "Okay." The little boy kind of goes running off behind the thrones and goes, "Well, I assume at this point you've realized that, nice to meet you. I'm Rodrin Daraphen."
Oh, Neil.
Hmm.
I'll outstretch a hand. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Alastair, what are
Oh,
you doing?
Mr. Milner, please.
So you know who I am.
Oh, I know who all of you are. If you actually don't mind, could each of you please stand at attention? I'd like to address you individually.
Zane kind of squints, but he stands at attention.
Okay.
Look at Quern and see how much at attention he is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is like full on bashful, like.
So at this point, I assume you're all standing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Gara, have I told you about these 5? No, sir, I do not believe you have. Well, that's a shame. I really believe I should have. This one here, he walks over to you, Alastair, goes, "This one here is Alastair Zafin." Kind of gives you a small wink. "The golden talon of the Platinum Dragon, I hear."
Yes, that is correct.
You're a long way from home, sir. Are you aware?
Yeah, I've been traveling quite a while.
We know that you left Eastcliff, but for the life of me, my informants cannot answer the simplest of questions. If you don't mind, in front of everyone, why? What drew you across Dragontail Coast?
I recently had taken out a new deity, and he informed me that I would to go to Briar Glen to meet with a sign of his, and I needed to leave Eastcliff, and that seemed like the best route.
Platinum Dragon is very wise. I follow him myself.
Good to hear.
Give me a second.
Yeah, cats
Straight
are
cat.
yelling. Yeah. He looks at you and goes, "That armor suits you."
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He moves on down the line. He goes, "And you, sir," looking at Zaz, "you, sir, are even further from home. Aren't you, Zaz?"
Yes.
"Sir, there is no need to be coy with me. I know. My agents out in the world are very good at what they do. And let's be perfectly honest, you 5 have not exactly been subtle. Not in the slightest."
So you know my moniker then?
Which
Zaz, subtlety, Zaz.
No, some people call me Dakrin.
He goes, yes, the fake name. I'm well aware. Interestingly enough, your namesake. Can't find him.
I give him a side look at that comment.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "If you have time, sir, I know a number of historians, a number of men of literature who would like to speak with you in regards to your origins, as well as I know a number of enchanters who would very much like to take a closer look at that sentient chair of yours.
No.
Understood. Speaking of men of knowledge, Mr. Zane Sinetius, how do you do?
I'm fine.
You've had a hard year, haven't you, Zane?
Zane kind of looks away for a hot second.
There is no shame here. From what I understand, you are a victim of circumstance. And nothing that has happened to you is your fault. All things considered, Mr. Sinetius, you have held yourself together remarkably, considering what has been thrown at you. And for that, you have my admiration.
Zane nods sheepishly.
I hope you'll know that your parents are under close watch in Redwater, under my orders.
Thank you.
As well as family. Family that goes missing. Mr. Quirin.
Hmm?
You stand here wearing the platinum mantle. That means one of two things. Either Banoon is dead or she's passed it on to you. Which is it?
Everyone else from my tribe is dead. She gave it to me. I punched her. She left the continent.
So I stand now in front of the chieftain of the Yurltoad tribe. Is that what I am to understand?
Interim chieftain, and there's not much of a tribe anymore.
Interim chieftain or not, your people were decimated. And your people on this land are my people. And I very much look forward to sitting down with a fellow leader and discussing actions we can take to resolve this, to make sure it never happens again, and to get you any justice or vengeance that you feel necessary.
Fair.
And finally, Master Milner. Gara, do you know who this is? No, sir, I do not. Gara, 20 years ago, a group led a coup against me in my first few years on the throne. Whether that was a play for power or simply a rebellion against the Goblin Integration Act, that remains to be determined. However, my personal guard and your predecessor, Merlot Milner, gave his life, and we suspected his family's life, to protect this kingdom. Yet, Mr. Milner, last winter, I went to a fight in the gladiator pits and couldn't help but notice an individual fighting in the pits with a very unique tattoo on his back.
Bit on the nose, wasn't it?
Incredibly. I myself am not a fan of the pits. I only go if necessary. So, I ordered your immediate release. Whether you actually were the son of the Manticore or not, freedom is what you had earned. So now I stand here in front of the son of the Manticore. And I'd like to thank you for what your father did and for what your family gave. At this point, the young boy runs back in. He goes, Daddy, Mommy says she's coming. He goes, okay, son, give me 1 second. Devil's advocates. Is there anything I can do for you before I ask favors?
That's a bit of a big ask.
It is. I'm very well aware.
Need to be blessed by a dragon. Need information on various things. What else? Is she single?
Quirin!
Rodrin kind of looks at you and goes, Bold. Gara, are you single? Gara kind of looks and goes, I do not date. So you have it. She does not date. I do apologize, Quirin.
That's not a no.
Oh!
Looks
Quirin,
over at
I've
Gara.
never been so proud in my entire life.
Rodrin kind of looks at you, Bor. You certainly are interesting. Yet, I can't help but feel like we need to pull the leash back a little bit.
Before... It seems you know a lot. You're the king. You have... I
only know what I'm told, Mo.
Name of the Raven Queen. Sorry.
I haven't been told that. I'll
That
have to
was-
ask some... You know what, Alastair? I will ask some questions for you.
Where's my sister?
Your sister. Gara, do you know of any milliners in the castle? Gara kind of looks and goes, No, sir, I do not. That's interesting. At that point, you hear a woman's voice go, Rodrin, dear, you called for me? And stepping out from behind the thrones is a woman of about 22, 23 years old. Her red hair in a bun, and there seems to be a white streak coming from the front above her forehead, going up into the bun. She's kind of wrapped up, and it looks like a kind of a cozier house coat. She's holding a glass of wine. Goes, oh, I apologize. I was not aware that we had guests. And goes, dear, it's all right. Come down here. There's some people I'd like you to meet. And he leads her down the line. Goes, this is Alastair Zafin.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
How do you do? This is Zaz. She goes, Zaz, do you have a last name?
Nope. But thanks
Excellent.
for asking.
Shakes your hand. This is Zane Snedius. Nice to meet you.
Zane puts his hand up to wave. Hello.
This is Quirin. He's otherwise preoccupied. Oh, goodness. And who's this? And Rodrin looks at her and looks at you, Mo, and says,
May I?
You may.
I guess you could say I have two names. I long ago abandoned my name I was given by my father. Lack of bad circumstances. They know me as Mo. But like the moon, my real name is Maradiar Milner. And I'm just
Margaret,
gonna-
dear, would you like to meet your brother?
Called it.
I know.
And we're going to end the session there tonight.
Called it.
Yeah!
My brother-in-law is the king?
Your brother-in-law is the king, yes.
Called it. Called it.
Oh! So good!
All right. Well, we will be back next week. Quite the session. Quite a bit was covered. As always, as everyone sits here and tries to process this, bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Goodbye.